All right, guys, let's get a nice little May talk through going today. So, oh, we have a JQ versus a JQ. Interesting. They got a Junkrat, a Soldier, a Zen, and a Moira. So we're going to see a lot of spam. A lot of spam from the enemy team. But this is our talk through today. My name's Spooki. We're going to talk you through this match, how I make decisions on playing May, and how I adjust to like certain scenarios between each round. I'll try to narrate where I can for you guys, where I think it's necessary, but I'm not gonna talk your ear off about some crazy stuff the whole time. So a lot of times I'll just let you guys kind of see what I'm doing, how I'm playing, what decisions I'm making as we play through, especially between rounds. I'll try to keep this relatively uncut so I don't waste too much, or so you guys can get a really good idea of how I'm playing. So they are starting with the JQ. I think what I'll probably end up doing, not many people are going to play near the JQ, so I don't know if getting Extendo Thermix is the play like I normally do with the Fire Hose build. Depends on how she plays, but there's not going to be many people playing with her. So I don't think I'm going to get huge amounts of value, so I'm probably going to grab Iceberg here just so I can play a little bit farther back and still get some good value. And I don't plan on playing close, so I'm not going to grab Plasma Converter. I'm just going to invest in trying to get some pot shots, especially on the Soldier in the Junkrat. Now, if I start to realize the JQ is going to play very close and aggressive, and I do feel like I need to pressure her from afar, I'll probably end up grabbing Extended Thermix. But for now, this is kind of like the best play that I can predict with the information that I have. Now, Stadium is, in my opinion, really about adjusting your kit every round. Just building into like a good build, a lot of times, especially at higher levels, isn't going to cut it. You really got to think ahead on what they might do. So we can see the Junkrat's already flanking too. So I'm going to have to play back a little bit more. And just trying to see what their playstyle is. Hopefully I don't stagger myself. And I actually might try to get this Mega. There we go. Bait him out here a little bit. Bait the rotation. Try to get back to my team without dying. That's huge. So look for maybe a wall if the Soldier peeks up. No, I missed that by a little bit. And again, we're just trying to live right now. So trying to get a nice little regroup. Now this is forcing him to play spread out a little bit, so we get a couple picks while I'm doing that. There you go. All right, let's see how we do on attack here. Somebody on the left. He's got a Soldier. Let's get a big wall on them here. Oh my god, the Moira killed me. I actually thought I had time to hit the cryo there. All right, so solid wall. I guess we ended up losing that fight. But we're looking pretty good. Missed a couple shots on the Soldier that I probably should have hit, so that's probably my bad, but we'll take it onto this fight here. I think we're going to do fine. We just got to watch out for these flanks. Pressure this Junkrat when he tries to go in for it, you know? So huge Queen ult. We see the Zen by himself. I'm going to try to get a wall for some damage, but I do have to back up because I am down all of my abilities. So I got to play real safe now. Nothing too crazy, which again, we're built for that. We're built to play back a little bit. So I don't have to like really get into the fight when I'm down like that. And I feel like a lot of times, I mean, I'll even catch myself doing this, so don't feel bad if you do this, but like going a little bit aggressive while you're down all your abilities and then dying because of it, you know, those are like avoidable things that you can do. And I got to remind myself, just like everybody else, that when I'm down like that, when I'm vulnerable, I really got to keep it tight. So little solo ult on the JQ forces out a couple ults. We still get the pick, which is awesome. Try to back up a little bit just for the tire. Make sure I can react at least. I think I hit the tire, so it's probably pretty low on HP. It does get our JQ, though, unfortunately. I'm going to wall this, help our Lucio. Separate the fight a little bit. There you go. Makes it a little bit easier for him to live. That's a huge Bob. Love that. Okay, so we are down a little bit. There we go. I might wall this if they push. There you go. So just trying to be aware of what's happening around you so you can respond. A lot of times that's where you're going to get your most value. Always make sure I'm rotating so I'm not flanked by anybody. See that Zen damage, so I rotate back out of it. Just put that wall behind him just to pressure him a little bit. A lot of time that can help a lot. And it looks like might force the C9 here. It looks like the JQ is just spending time with me, so that's completely fine. We'll finish. Oh my god. Oh my god, she actually kills me. That's wild. No, we should be able to win this fight though. All right, so good first round. Yo, that's crazy. That lifesteal she got from that shout. That was good stuff. All right, round one, not too bad. We could probably play a little bit. I don't want to say just generally better. I think we just need to focus up our aim. This is like one of the rare times where I'm going to tell you guys, if you notice that like you're getting a little bit lazy with your aim, try to shake yourself into it. Just focus up. Don't stress out, but like get relaxed. You know, try to chill out. A lot of times, I'm not even kidding. It's my posture will sometimes make me mess up. If I'm leaning forward, typically, I tend to aim a little bit worse, and I tend to make some worse decisions. It's a weird trend that I've noticed. So just remind yourself to relax a little bit. I feel like when I sit back like this a little bit, it relaxes my body, relaxes my mind. So we can do that a little bit. Now, we have been building, messing around with a little bit of like a lifesteal build. I don't know if I'm going to run that right now, but I might just try to do it anyways, because the Junker Queen's playing relatively aggressive into me. I don't have enough to grab the last part. But she's been playing relatively aggressive into me. I could have bought one more thing, but so I'm going to try this out. So this is like an ability lifesteal, kind of Ice Palace variation that we've been messing around with. And it's been really good, especially when I'm taking 1v1s with tanks that are like up in my face. So we're going to try this out on the JQ, see how this plays out. So it was a nice first round. I don't think we need to change much except for just focusing up a little bit. Maybe take an off angle here, just because we got a lot of spam going down main. I'm going to grab this off angle to help spread it out a little bit. Try to hit a wall there. Okay, new wall coming up, and we're just playing our distance for now. We see the anti on the JQ. I'm probably going to push up wall just a little bit. Test the waters. A little too risky for me to keep pushing up, so now I'm down all my abilities. I'm going to backside a point here. Make sure I can play near my supports. Try to create as much distance as I can between me and the enemy team. Slow her down so she can't get that axe. We see the soldier. And we're a little bit of a pickle. I'm going to rotate to this corridor here, and I see the junk spam going in, so I want to make sure I don't get spammed out by that. Use a wall just to help separate that damage, and then drop it for my queen to push in. Oh, she goes down. I don't know if I can body block for that, but cryo. So at least distract him a little bit so our queen doesn't die to all that spam damage. All right, new wall's up. Maybe wall on the Moira up. I think she went behind us, so I might be cooked here. I'm down all my abilities. Yeah, I'm dead. Once I saw that knife was ready, I was like, that's it. I might be cooked, so. All right. Not a bad first push here. We never did flip the point back, which kind of sucks. I feel like we did cap the point in a way, you know. Technically. Not technically, sorry, but like virtually cap the point. We didn't grab it. 94 on freeze. Again, the spam. Let me see. If they're going main, I'm going to split this fight up a little bit just so the junk spam has to kind of decide on a direction. So that's the junk. He's on me. I'm going to drop this just to give myself some room. Nah, he hits that. He is frozen, though. I'm going to make sure I ping that for my team. So that's fine. That created some space for them. The sneaky Junkrat there on the top right. Or the top left. I wasn't expecting that one. Good for pick from our JQ. That looks like a pretty even matchup right now. Our JQ on point, though. With at least our Ana, I think we should be fine to win that one. Yeah, so we're good. We're chilling. Crazy Junkrat play, though. I kind of like that. I might match him on that. But again, with Junkrat, he's got so much explosive damage, burst damage. I don't want to play super close to him. So, like, as long as I'm aware of where he's playing, I'm probably just going to keep rotating away from him and try to spam him out from a distance. Since May kind of excels at that long-range damage. She has no damage drop-off on her right-click, so as long as you can find those angles, you should be good. Now, I do see that Queen's trying to hit me with that knife more often. I'll probably end up saving my wall a little bit more, play less aggressive with my wall in case I get hit with a knife. Now, she does hit these steps. Let's wall this off and kind of open this up for my team a little bit. Try to back up. They're getting a lot of pressure now. I got to back up a little. Yeah, our queen goes down. So they just got to wrap around us a little bit. There's the Moira. I don't know if I can kill her here. I can't kill her here. I think this might be it, though. Yeah, I'm going to go down. So we've got our Lucio there. I don't think he's close to beat. So especially if our queen can get there. All right, so no touch. Now, I think I'm noticing, at least this round, I don't think the Junker Queen's pushing me as hard as I thought she was pushing me before. So I think we are going to shift this away. Ability lifesteal isn't really gonna do that much for me when I'm playing spam against this so much. When I'm playing distance. So I'm actually going to get rid of this. We're going to keep our weapon damage here, but we're going to look a little bit more to spam out from a distance. I'm going to grab this focus flurries just to give us some more opportunities to hit these shots. And then I'll probably just start upgrading to blues where I can. Maybe aftermarket firing pin. I think that's about all we can get right now. So this is probably what we're going to be looking at on round 2. Trying to keep our distance, especially on the map we're looking at. Yeah, so there's definitely some indoor places that might be rough against Junkrat. So I'm going to wait. I'm probably going to grab this, and I'm going to play the 2 outside portions of the map so I can get large cross angles. Even though they might rotate into small rooms, I'm going to try to get as much value without putting myself at risk. Let's see. With Junkrats, you know, I might actually grab Snowball Flight. Mainly because, especially if we get Ice Sheet, it's going to give me some more options to play higher up away from the junk spam. So I think I'm going to grab that right now, actually. Especially with the JQ as well. So if I do get like pushed, I have a whole extra option to get out from it. So this is going to increase my survivability against JQ and Junkrat. A little bit less against Soldier and Zen, right? Because they can spam me out, but we'll see how this plays out a little bit. So keep an eye on how I use my Snowball Flight this match and where I position to get value with my secondary. Okay. So I'm going to play out here. Probably clear this out. Now I'm going to be patient, all right? I'm going to wait for them to push up. I see my team's playing passive too, which is great. All right, and then I can actually spam them out from here. Force them to make those plays. Even throw up like a wall to separate their line of sight as they push in. And try to get value that way. So our JQ goes down pretty quick though. Another wall just to separate. Deny that. We're going to use this to get out. If I can. Okay, so I think we just lose this fight here. Definitely get a big pull with the JQ. God, I would love to be there with that fight. That is such a good spot to throw walls. Okay. Looking pretty okay. Might try to get an early wall. That's actually a huge wall. Make sure to keep that distance here. We're going to win this fight first, then we're going to grab the payload. So I'm just keeping the slow on her right now, just so she can't really move. Let's get our rotation. Ball off the Junkrat, so it's harder for him to rotate. There you go. Okay, now we should be able to bring this back at least to where they pushed it without feeding too much. We see the soldier. I'm going to rotate a little bit, put some pressure on him without risking myself. Drop this. Hopefully get an easy pick on the JQ. We get some headshots. Force out the Morticle, which is huge, and still get the pick, which is massive. Lucio goes down. I got to pressure this soldier more. He's kind of killing a lot of our team. Let's rotate here for now. Oh, they still have that bot. Okay, so I think we're going to have to go grab it. There we go. Huge pick. That was a pretty good play by the Mori, actually, though. But if we can keep these staggers up, it won't be worth it. Oh, my God. Delicious. Just kind of found that pixel there, you know? You got to look for the pixels. Okay, let's play safe. Should we get this trap done? Maybe the Zen? Okay, try to open this up. This is just a weird rotation for me, so I might just die here. Should we pop that? Pop this. Get a little bit of damage on the way out. 20 seconds. I think we should be able to get a regroup. 83% on freeze. That's probably going to be our only ultimate. They do not have Transcendence, so we should be able to get easy value of freeze on the Junker Queen, at least. If my team can live long enough. So let's see how this plays out. JQ goes down. Still winnable, though. So we got that touch. Junker Queen's low, actually. Trying to stay on this payload so we don't see 9. Drop this early. So we rotate around. Might be kind of big. Ooh, no. Wow, Junk was the only person that got in that freeze. I would have grabbed that Zen, too. All right, round 2. I think that was actually... That was much better than our last round. I felt like I was getting more value, especially with the secondary, just being able to spam that out a little bit. I think we're going to keep leaning into that. Now, our Junker Queen is getting blown up. We might need to be able to help her by playing a little bit closer to her and helping her with that 1v1. Which in that case, we could go more into the AP build and just do Icy Veins, which actually, you know what? With this build, it's completely fine to go Icy Veins and then just build the rest into damage. Since this is such like a massive boost to your two mini blizzards that you have here, this is a pretty solid value. Now you can do a split build here and then just go the rest into sniper. I think both of these will get a lot of value. But you don't need to like heavily invest in it and like play like you normally do with AP. You can just do like burst damage. So what I'll probably end up doing is something like advanced antibiotics. And then I'm going to switch both of these out for plasma converter and shady spectacles. So I can heal myself a lot and proc advanced antibiotics like as often as possible to get that value. So this looks like a pretty good build. I kind of like this. So again, we're still playing far though, right? We can use walls from a distance, we can spam from a distance, and then we use our snowball flight when we're in a pickle. But we don't need to play like super close. So I think that's probably gonna be the best way to approach this. So let's hit the W button. All right, so looking for JQ. Junkrat's in there. I'm gonna play again away from the junk. So I don't want to play close to that spam damage. I'm gonna use this just in case. I want to be safe. Now with that being down, I do have to play even safer than I was before. So again, we're opening this spam up. I'm gonna wall that out, help our JQ a little bit. Got a little pick there on the junk. Now I'm gonna try to set up on the flank here. Hopefully nobody sees me going over here. Might be able to get a sneaky little touch. Maybe. Nah, don't like it. Pillar to get out. Maybe rotate. Maybe play in their backline even. Oh, almost got the pick of the soldier. All right, we should be fine. We should get a quick spawn here. All right, point two. Point two. All right, Adeus. Try to get a cheeky wall. Now she goes down, man. Our Junker Queen's getting shredded right now. It's making it hard to make some plays. Okay, we got a little bit of time. You know, if they hard press me, which they're doing right now, I'm probably gonna just toss freeze here. Hopefully they can get pick with that freeze. There you go. A pick on the Junker Queen would really open this up. Or she just lives. That's fine too. Okay, that's a solid beat. Good stall here. Now we do have like spawn advantage, so as long as we can draw this out as the longer as possible, that's pretty good. Don't want to waste a pillar to keep that one up. Remember, play distance here. I'm gonna rotate right, maybe get an off angle. We got time for this. Get the junk. See, the soldier comes out here. He does. All that off to contest that off angle so he can't take it. I get to keep it. And then we're looking pretty good. So that was kind of one of those moments where I had to kind of look at how much they had capped, how important it was for me to be on point. Now, we had two people that were pretty sustained, so I was like, all right, I can take the time, set up a little off angle, maybe get some good value, just by opening the fight up. Again, trying to get as much spam away from as my front line as possible by making the enemies turn to different directions. So I'm probably going to do that again over here. Ash got kind of the same idea. There's that spam. There's that tire. I think I might hit him again with this. Might be able to kill him with the Icy Veins in here. We get that, but I'm way too low to push out, so I'm going to make sure I take my time, grab my health back. Get a little cheeky wall behind the JQ. Oh, I go down way too quick. So a lot of burst damage on this team. I'm probably going to be picking up Divine Intervention after this. Soldiers building up into. Love to see the auto aim Helix Rocket. This is all going to be burst damage, right? Axes, Helix Rockets, Junkrat spam, and Junkrat mines. This is what they're building up into. Divine Intervention is really going to counter all of that burst damage. So I'm going to be grabbing that next round for sure. For sure. So this is me kind of like analyzing. This is what you kind of have to do in your matches. Is like take what's happening in the match and really start to think about how you're going to adjust that in the following round. Which should be good. So I think we do win this round. Good push here. All right, nice it up. So divine intervention, that is what I'm doing. No matter what I'm trying to scale into, no matter what my build says, what I need right now is assurance that I'm not going to absolutely get deleted the moment that burst damage comes towards me. Divine intervention does flat 20% as long as the damage is over 100, which Helix rockets will do over 100. Junk mines will do over 100. Axe will do over 100. Those are the things I need help with, so I'm gonna play around that. So first and foremost, before we even pick our power, let's I think I'll probably end up getting rid of aftermarket firing pin. And we're going to grab divine intervention just to have some more survivability. Now, going into my next power, there's a few things I can do. If I want to grab Bliznado and get some more self-heal, which Bliznado is huge, but remember, this isn't great against burst damage. So if I'm having an issue with burst damage, this might be an issue. So I don't know if I'll grab this or not, just because it doesn't heal as quickly, or it doesn't negate the damage. I can go Frost Armor. That'll give me some more padding as far as survivability goes. If I want to get aggressive, I can start maybe doing twice as ice, so I can do some more aggressive plays with my Pillar and Ice Wall. Or I can do Cryclone if I want to do like larger burst damage with my AP, be able to hit those, or just, you know, when they push me, have something that actually damages them as well. Now, Cryclone also does get benefit from Icy Vans. These are the best choices here. Cryclone, Frost Armor, Bliznado. I'm probably going to go with... I'm probably going to grab Bliznado because I feel like Divine Intervention helped me enough with the... and actually, hold on, before we do that, let me sell this. Divine Intervention helps me out enough with the burst damage that all the other chip damage that I could self-heal while I'm playing inside of my mini blizzards, this will heal that up too. So I think this kind of covers my bases as far as survivability. So I won't go down immediately and I can still get some solid value. So, all right, let's check this out. Remember, watch out for spam. Play long angles where we can. So never play like directly behind your tank. Always, that's why you always see me taking like off angles away from them, just to spread that up a little bit. I might even go over here. A little risky with the Junkrat, but I'll play inside of my mini blizz. Tell me get that self-heal. Now this fight's looking like it's in their favor, so I'm gonna play real slow. Ready to back up. You can see Divine Intervention's already doing a lot of work for us by keeping us up. Like all those burst damages before, they used to almost kill us. They're doing, you know, only 4/5 of what they were doing before, at least. So. So we can live a lot of like getting to aggressively peak like this. I'm only able to do this with Divine. That's why a lot of times survivability is going to be really key to keeping you up in fights like this and being able to do like a more aggressive plays, especially with your Ice Wall like that. Oh, I have nothing for you. Damn. I can't use freeze yet. Yeah, no, I think we just end up losing that fight. Damn, she stepped in the trap. That's unfortunate. Okay. All right. Let's push in here. Now, they used a lot of ultimates there. I think they just have their Transcendence. So they'll probably pop that for my freeze, but we could be able to kill some stuff through it. If we're able to hit some headshots. So they checked that flank with Moira. Got a nice little headshot there. We've got just a few seconds to touch point. Hopefully my team can. I'm going to make sure, just in case if they can, I do. Drop this. Yeah, she's able to get out. Oh, she jumps back in, though. So there's that Transcendence. We saw that one coming. Oh, that didn't... Oh, man, I thought I launched her up in the air. Okay, yeah, we probably go down here. I think the teabag was a little uncalled for. Not that bad. Really, that's kind of one of those rounds where you're going to have to chalk that up to your team just kind of getting outplayed. We had some people get picked there early, so I don't think there's anything really with the build that we have right now that's an issue. So remember, you have to kind of like judge that stuff on whether it's a build issue or whether it's just a team play issue. Because a lot of times things that work, like for example, if I take away from that round that whatever I had didn't work, I might end up thinking that I need more damage or I need more survivability, when in reality, I feel like the survivability and the damage we got was really well balanced, and a couple people just got picked, which was unfortunate. So I'm going to keep the build the way it is. I actually really like what we did with this. What we can do now is start to upgrade a little bit more. And I'll probably start grabbing, like, maybe start pumping a little more into the brawly interactions, because it seems like our JQs are fighting each other a lot. So what I'll probably end up doing is grabbing something to scale our AP a little bit, because we are playing a little bit more aggressive. I'll grab Sturdy Snowfort here, which will give us that 40% ability power while the wall's up. And then I think that's about all we can do. I don't want to upgrade. We're going to keep the lifesteal. Actually, you know what? Screw that. Shady Spectacles. Sell this. Grab Nano Cola. So we're going to invest more in this. Keep our survivability. Keep our self-heal with Blizz Nano, obviously. So just keep playing on our Blizzards. So it should be fine. Should be fine. And watch out for that spam. All right, so spam. I'm not going to go right. That is a bad place to play. So I'm probably going to play way far out in the open so I can get those crazy long cross angles during this fight. One of these days, Blizzard's going to let me rebind Ice Pillar to something else. So I don't accidentally proc it all the time. So I'm allowed to do this for a little bit. JQ's taking the fight. I like kind of this angle here. Wow, that's aggressive, but you know, I'm down with it. We trade our JQs. So keep spamming out. Remember, this is a great spot to play for that Junkrat spam. As long as we just don't get burst down. So I'm not going to try to force anything to happen right now. We have kind of the advantage by getting to play out here. I'm not going to like press up and get aggressive, because I'll probably end up dying, and then we'll be staggered for my when my JQ gets back. So we're playing real passive here. Get a nice little wall in the JQ, force her out from that overextension. Block this up. I still have my pillar, but I want to make sure that if they're going to push up into it, I have it to self-heal me with Blizz Nado. I'm going to hit this wall, actually. It's a big wall. And that's juicy. Don't need to use any ult or anything. I think Moira Coalescence not really going to win this fight, so we'll finish that up. Keep our econ for a little bit. That's huge. Okay. Pressure out the trap. All right, we've got freeze ready to go. Ooh. Okay, keep this here. Now, I see that they're playing up here. I'm actually going to back up a little bit, just in case if they try to take this high ground, at least I'm not going to get, they're not going to be on top of me, right? So I'm going to play a little bit farther back. I can push up to try to hit a wall to help my JQ, but I really don't think... I dropped that. We got some econ now to fight, so yeah, I was using that defensively. We can play a little bit farther from this. So as you can see, I am playing like really passively, especially because that spam. The moment I enter that choke, man, that is all spam. Let's throw a wall here. Try to help our JQ. Drop that for her. There you go. Cool. Okay, so I think we should be fine. There's Transcendence. We'll force that out. We'll probably kill the soldier during freeze. Zenyatta body blocking the headshots. We got nothing for that, so I think we'll probably just wipe here, but pretty unlikely that they full push this back, so we really just get to stack up econ here. Now, I don't want to jinx myself, obviously, but statistically speaking, very unlikely that they full push this back, so hopefully they don't. But all right, let's play a little bit farther up. God, man, I know I've said it. We need that pillar bound to something else, man. It's such a long cooldown for me to accidentally press spacebar twice. Actually, I'm gonna wall this. So just to give him something to play around. See the Junkrat in the right room. I'm gonna wall this right here. And we'll at least force this to take place in a few fights. Okay, so I can probably use this ice block, maybe get our pillar back. I don't think we live here, but we at least get some damage. Okay, cool. So freeze is ready. We'll have nano. So I think this next fight should be pretty good. Okay, let's see what they're doing here. Let's see how this tire goes out. If it gets a couple, I'll probably end up waiting for the regroup. Okay, there's our couple. There goes our JQ. All right, so we're chilling. We're chilling. We got plenty of time here. They got to push it through a pretty brutal choke for us too. So big chilling. All right, let's see if they get a little aggressive here. There's our soldier pick. Drop this out. Force out maybe a C9 Transcendence a little bit early. I'm going to hold this choke, though, because I think it's important to hold this corner. Get the ice block. Pillar, maybe to double up our AP damage. Finish this up. So, okay, cool. Got a little nervous there. Got a little bit nervous. So, we're going to take it to round 7. I think we did really good. I think we played exactly how we need to play on that map. I think our last map is Gogodora. Okay. All right, so Gogodora is our last map. This is one where, like, holding the point, very, very strong. There's not, like, massive sight lines that you can play, except for, like, the main ones. So I don't know if I want to take any crazy off angles. But I think a lot of the fights are going to end up taking place on the steps, which is a lot of spam. So what I'll probably end up doing is playing off angle from that and trying to spam them out as they push up the steps and maybe throw out some walls while we're doing it. So I'm going to look to... I don't think slow ball will be the play here, especially if I'm looking for survivability. We could grab frost armor. I think that would help us just live a little bit more. Or twice as ice could help a lot, especially if the fight... If I grab twice as ice, I'm probably going to grab ice sheet, which I think actually might be a really good play. Let's do this. Yeah, let's grab twice as ice. I'm going to sell focus flurries at this point. Yeah, we're going to lean just a little bit more into AP, I think. Let's grab our ice sheet, and then if we're going to be doing that, I might need a little bit more survivability. Let's see if there's anything we want to grab here. Rostung would pair really well with Bliznado. Phantasmic Flux would be really good just overall with some extra lifesteal and overhealth. And it'd be really easy to get that filled up from a distance. I know I always grab it, but I think I'm going to grab this. That's a good solid pick. That's a safe pick. That's a very safe pick. So we'll go with that. A lot of options. Rostung might have been better if we're going to be brawling it out on point more so. But I got to go with my plan. That's to play the off angles, help with the brawls on point when they happen on point, but really try to stay away from the spam as much as possible. So like right here, I'm actually even going to go to the right now, just in case if they try to set up on the flanks, and try to spam that out just to force the fights to take place in a more little narrow instance here. So I'm on that Junkrat. Get a little wall in the JQ. Let's see if the Junkrat comes up. Use my cryo. Just trying to keep these cross angles checked. I don't know how I'm not hitting this Junkrat. Okay, we go down here. No, don't win that first fight. I guess we just got hit by the Junkrat. I guess. But we'll probably do the same thing. They're going to be spamming us down as we go main. So someone's got to take the off angle here. And hopefully I can just get him to turn a little bit. That's my goal, right? So I don't need to play any craziness. So all that pressure gets taken off of my front line. I'm going to play my Bliznado where I can. And honestly just distract the soldier. If he's going to waste his time on me, as long as I live, I'm chilling out. I'll help out there. Play nice and safe. So huge cap here. Huge cap. It's going to be a nice easy pick. Would have loved that stagger on the Moira, but that's okay. Let's wall this out so our team can get out safely. So we're going to set up again on the off angle, as long as our team's not playing forward, which they are. Let's go help out. Actually get the solo freeze here. This will secure this fight win, since they don't have a res. And plus we traded our JQs anyway, so this at least makes it a little bit more even. Try to get out of these tiny rooms. Don't want to have to deal with the Junkrat spam. It's going right side. Block the tire. I'll probably just stall this out since I'm probably going to die. But I do have pillars, so there is a chance. Especially if we're playing on top of the wall. Use kind of in like an ice palace build. Hopefully don't stop this cap. Almost there. Let's live for a second. Yeah, let's try to get the regroup here. Let's see if they die. I think they do. Yeah, so we're going to chill here. Try to see if object permanence exists here. Okay, the nice thing is that we can use the jump pad here and get some early pressure. Now, I do have to wait. The timing is really everything, so I need to make sure. Need to make sure that they're distracted when I do jump from behind. So probably right now is a great time to go. There's that transcendence. That's great for me. Oh my god, he just runs out of that. I love mail, man. See that axe come out? I'm gonna do this as well. Just to help with the damage. Huge anti on the soldier. Junker Queen's looking pretty low. I'm gonna wall this out so she can't touch. She does touch. Oh wait. Hey, we'll take it. I think she was standing on top of me, so she wasn't technically touching the point. Well, we'll take it. We'll take it. I did try to hit the vertical, but that was really weird. So, anyways, paid off. We did some weird plays in there. Obviously, you can't. Hey, we'll even get a comment. All right. You can't predict everything, and a lot of times these games won't turn into dubs. So, like, even though this is a W, it very easily could have turned into a loss, and that's going to happen sometimes. And all you can do is really adapt to what's happening in the game, round by round, so you can adjust like your play style, you know, the items that you pick, and really just think about it. And that's like the best piece of advice I can give, is just be thinking about what's happening in the game and how to address it. Don't get so sucked into like what builds are. Builds are there for like a road work, for something to know that things work together. But don't be afraid to stray from it, to adjust it to what your needs are, right? Because there's endless possibilities in this game for what you could do. So that's our walkthrough. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you want to see some more stuff like that. Let me know if you're excited about competitive Stadium coming next season, and Quick Play Stadium coming next season. And if you want to be up to date on all the latest builds in Stadium, make sure to sub and join our Discord and all that good stuff. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.